Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers. I am down in Hastings today doing the Hastings Half Marathon. It's the 40th anniversary race. It's windy, it's cold. There is apparently about 270 meters of elevation on the course. So I'll be testing out the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2s. Don't think I'm going to be getting a PB today, but nice trip to another part of the seaside that I haven't seen before. So see how I get on. See you in a bit. Right, I'm done now. I'm just walking back to the train station. That is a hard half marathon. It is probably one of the hardest half marathons, road half marathons that I've ever done. I was not expecting the elevation at the start because it's relentless. Basically the first half is largely uphill. But I'm going to go home now and then I'm going to do a full bit when I get back later. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back now from the Hastings Half Marathon. Now, I've never done the Hastings Half Marathon before. I live in Brighton, so it's a relatively close place to go to. So I decided to do it. One, because it's not that far away, although the trains were broken, so it did actually take me a very long time to get there. But also because I've got Boston Marathon in 3 weeks, and I wanted to throw in a hilly race just to add a few more hills into my training before I do it. So I knew in advance that the Hastings Half Marathon was a tough half marathon. I'd seen the elevation profile and it's big. You're looking at about 250 meters of elevation across the whole of the course, and that's not undulating. It's generally a big climb with some undulation as that goes along. So when you start the race, you're basically going uphill, undulating a bit, and then eventually you're doing about a big 3k uphill run, which is pretty tough. It's not the steepest slope to go up, but it goes on for a long time, and it really does impact how fast you can run that and maintain a pace. So the pace that I was aiming for this race was about 4-minute kilometers. When I was going up that hill, it dropped massively to about 4:25, which is quite low for me. I really struggled to maintain a pace up there. Once I get to the top, it's actually quite tricky because you've used up so much energy over that first bit to maintain that pace up the hill that it takes a bit of time to get the energy back. And also the top of this hill undulates quite a bit, so you're still going down, you're still going up, so you've still got hills to deal with when you're going up to the top. They're not massive, but you really do notice them after you've done that big hill. You then get a really nice downhill, mainly downhill section that goes from about 13k for 2.5k, 3k, all the way back down towards the town. And now that is great. You can really pick up the pace on that. But I couldn't make back the time that I lost on the hill going up. So it's definitely not a PB race by any stretch of the imagination. When you get back down to the seafront in Hastings, you're basically running next to the seafront. So it's completely flat. It wasn't too windy, but it really hit me because I was tired after the hills and everything. So I did find the wind quite tricky for the last 4k. Overall, I really enjoyed the half marathon. I thought it was a really nice course. I thought it was really fun. There was so many crowds on it. I was surprised about the number of crowds that were doing it. There are about 3,000 people that took part in the race. So it's not a massive race, but it's still a pretty big one if you're looking for a half marathon on the coast. There's not many that get that big. And it was just a really nice atmosphere. It just seemed like a really nice day out for a lot of people. Crowds were absolutely fantastic. And the start village was pretty good as well. So they had the race village set up so you could go in and get changed. You could put your bags in and everything. Toilets weren't too bad. They were a bit further away from the start line, but that meant people had to walk down. So the queues weren't too bad, so managed to get in there pretty easily. There was quite a bit of water on the course, so that was fine. No gels or anything, but you don't often get that with half marathons, especially local ones. So overall, I had a fantastic, enjoyable day. The race itself, I was hoping to get, if I was doing a flat half marathon, I'd be aiming for under 1:25 at the moment because I want to get a sub 3 in Boston. This one I got 1:28.50 or something like that, which is way under what I wanted to get. But to be honest, I think I could probably knock off a few minutes based on those hills that I really struggled with. So I was pretty happy with that. It's still within what I would expect to get for my sub-3 marathon over in Boston. So still feeling pretty good about that. I don't think I'm going to get a PB in Boston, but I think I'm still going to aim to get a sub-3 comfortably. But overall, really enjoyed the Hastings Half Marathon. You get this fantastic medal. Well, it's not a medal. It's like I don't know what they're called. Essentially, you can get like a belt thing that you hang all of these on. They have a different one every year, and this is a big one because it's the 40th anniversary of the race. But this is one of the reasons I chose to do the race, because I just thought this looked like a really nice memento to have from an event. But yeah, overall really good. Well done to the organisers. It was a fantastically put on race. Didn't have any issues with it at all. Just felt really good, and well worth looking if you want a really hard half marathon to do. If you want a flat half marathon, you're trying to get a PB, do not do the Hastings Half Marathon. Okay, so the shoe that I picked to do the Hastings Half was the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2. Now, this shoe, I haven't raced in this shoe before, apart from a park run. I've done a few interval sessions in this shoe, and up until this point, I've really enjoyed it. It's a funny shoe. If you don't know anything about the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2, it has these sort of cutout sections at the heel and at the forefoot, but most of the foam sits within the central section. I'm a midfoot striker, and I basically hit it dead on this midfoot section. So it feels a little bit like a trampoline when I'm running it. It's really squishy. There's a nice bit of bounce on it. And when I've been running in it, doing intervals and things like that, I've really enjoyed it. It feels like a fast-paced shoe. I really like the previous Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro. There's a bit more cushioning in this. There's a bit more to this shoe, and as a result, I don't think it's as fast. I definitely feel like there's a faster turnover in the original Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro than in this. It's a very fun shoe to wear. When I'm hitting on the midsole, I'm rolling forward, really tips you forward and gives you this nice fluid motion. And on the course for the Hastings Half Marathon, uphill, felt absolutely fine. I didn't really get any major benefits from it uphill. But downhill, it was really just tipping me forward. I ran very fast downhill on that race, and I think this shoe, because of this design of the midsole, I think it really tipped me over to pick up the pace on those downhills. So it was really easy to run downhill quickly in this shoe. I do like this shoe. I really think it's a fun shoe. I was a bit concerned about running a half marathon in it because I know that I've spoken to a few people who are a bit worried about the geometry of the shoe at longer distances and think it may be a little bit put a little bit of extra stress on things like the calves. I don't find that at all. I found it to be completely comfortable on that run. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any issues in the calves. I didn't feel like it was stretching the calves or anything like that. But it didn't feel as fast as I'd want it to be. I definitely don't think it's a shoe that's particularly well designed for a fast half marathon. I definitely wouldn't use it for a marathon either. I think one of the main reasons is that the benefit of this shoe is that midsole section and the tipping forward. But it really is a nice sort of trampoline feel that bounces you up. But I don't really feel like that it helps you bounce forward. It tips you forward, but I think it really bounces you forward. So as a result, it just didn't feel like it was really helping me a lot, like some of my other shoes. If I was racing in the Alpha Fly just really trajects you forward and really just gives you a lovely level of bounce. It isn't as notable in this shoe as what I'd get from the Alpha Fly one. Enjoyable shoe, great shoe, absolutely love it. But I just don't think the geometry of it is really conducive to running longer distances in, and it's quite an acquired taste as well. So yeah, I think for me this is probably a shoe that I'm probably going to stick more to 10k distance at, because I think it works quite well for that, but definitely not for those longer distances. But overall, I really like the shoe. I think it's such a fun shoe to wear. It's really nice to put on, and definitely makes the run feel really enjoyable. So yeah, definitely looking forward to doing some actual 10k races in this shoe and seeing how it delivers. Okay, so that's it from me on this race test at the Hastings Half Marathon 2024, testing the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click that little bell, and if you're going to Catch a Bell, you can find a link to our podcast, which comes out at the end of each month. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.